It's quite powerful. Hey, what's happening, you beautiful people? It is Courtney-Jai. Welcome back to my channel. It's so nice to have you here because today we are reacting to episode 2 of season 3 of Heartstopper, and I am so excited to see where this series goes. I got to see my favourite scene in episode 1, which is the shower scene. It's my entirely favourite scene throughout all the comic books, and I haven't read volume 5 of the comic books. I have it up here. The first book is missing because my sister has actually borrowed it off me, which I'm very excited for her to read Heartstopper. I've told her to look after it very well. The book is signed by Alice. It is a priceless heirloom to me now, and if she does anything, I will disown her as a sister. But she knows that, so it's okay. Anyway, I haven't read volume 5. And the reason for that is that I don't want to know what happens in this series. So to see something what I absolutely love happen from the comics in the show now, I'm just looking forward to the series as a whole even more because they hit it out of the park. They hit my favourite scene out of the park, and now I get to see all the other great scenes. So yeah, episode 2 is going to hopefully be an exciting one, but I feel like they raised us up with episode 1 with loads of happiness to knock us down in episode 2. That's how I feel like it's going to go, but it might not, but it might do anyway. But I am going to say a little shout out to the amazing people over at Patreon, the people who support this channel. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane, right, you are amazing. You have supported this channel so much over the years, and I just want to say thank you so much. And if you guys want to watch any of this content unedited and unfiltered, and you just want to see the episode how it is with my reaction and the reaction to so many other shows that I have done over on Patreon, you can go and check that out over there. And if you want to get your chance to get a massive shout out and say that you are awesome, you can get that by being part of the Patreon as well. But I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to stop going on, and we're going to get into episode 2, season 3. I am so excited.
He's my favourite nephew.
Oh yeah.
Don't tell David.
Nick's aunt's in here because obviously, sad news, Nick's mum can't be in this series.
Shame Mum had to pull out.
Yeah, well, there's always next year.
Okay.
I love you. So that's 2 love yous. In the last episode, I was wondering how many times they're going to say it. I might have to go through and account for how many times they say I love you now, just to really hammer it home that they really do love each other. So this is the thing, I feel like we might see a bit of a darker tone now because obviously Charlie's not got Nick around. So the stuff what keeps making him happy, he might struggle to handle better because he doesn't have Nick as that crutch anymore.
I love you.
So that's 4 times.
I love you.
5.
Did you do it?
Do what?
You know what?
Yeah.
And he said it back.
Yeah.
Told you. So it was a good day then.
It was fun. So we were in the sea, and Nick was like, he said that he was worried that, hey.
I think I'm a little bit sunburnt already.
The villa's huge. Nick, I can't hear you.
Charlie.
Nick,
Charlie, I don't see any tidy.
hang on.
Okay, come on, put the phone down. You can talk to Nick later.
Charlie, yeah?
Great.
You shouldn't be staying late around his house. You're too young to be having sex.
What?
Did the whole coursework situation. I'm worried.
So I can't have a boyfriend because of schoolwork.
I'm only saying this because I'm worried about him.
Well, he's on holiday for 3 weeks, so I guess you've got nothing to worry about.
I can see it from both sides. I can see that I think she gets a bad rep because she's quite...
Can you please not undermine me like that in front of him?
You were being too hard.
Yeah.
I always say the wrong thing to him.
I think she's a bit harsh in the way she comes across, but she has good intentions. She wants her child to be good at schoolwork, and she doesn't want him to sacrifice that to having a boyfriend.
I was just talking to my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend? Well, we have a lot to catch up on, don't we? How about once I've unpacked, you give me the full story over a glass of bread and some breadsticks?
Sounds good.
Everyone's got an aunt who's like that. Yeah, an aunt you could just talk to about anything, or an uncle.
Hi.
I'm so excited to see their relationship develop. I don't know if I'm the only person who thinks of this, but I'd love to see a spin-off series about them, even if it was like a one-off mini-series.
Morning all.
Morning.
Shut the door behind you.
You are playing a very dangerous game.
Fun, no?
Oh, I know. If the kids find out.
I know. I'll be good.
I remember picking up my results as well. I walked from my house to my school. It's like an hour walk. I remember picking them up and I couldn't read it properly. And one of my friends actually told me I got an A star or something. I was like, oh my God, what have I got? I got it in RE. So she got all 9s. I'm guessing 9's like the equivalent of like all A's or A stars. So you did pretty good. I got 7 C's, 3 B's and an A star. And they almost mean nothing. They just get you into college and then you go and do whatever you do for college.
Charlie just texted. Passed all my GCSEs.
Hey, that's fantastic. We really need to meet Charlie. I'm dying to know what he's like. Or you could bring him on holiday next year.
This is really cute seeing like... Oh, that's not cute. I got that really quick. Figuratively and literally. But I think it's good that they've kind of shown like almost like a fantastical view of like when relationships start, and then when it starts to show like the realistic parts of like relationships, like people's inner turmoils and that kind of thing.
I thought we were all going to Nando's to celebrate results.
I totally forgot.
Me and I were going to go to the park.
I kind of have to stop packing.
When did we discuss Nando's?
That sucks.
I guess it's just you and me then. Nah, all good. Another time.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like Charlie should probably speak to Isaac about... I know he doesn't believe it, he's still in denial over it, isn't he? But I feel like if there's somebody who would be understanding and accepting, it'd also be Isaac. You just want to give Charlie a hug all the time, don't you? You just want to be like, look, it's okay. I mean, that's probably one of the hardest things when you get into like a real relationship and you start having like time between each other and you're so used to seeing each other every single day or every other day, and then it's like a week's gone by or 2 weeks gone by.
Do you ever treat people with eating disorders?
Sometimes. Why?
I don't know. Just curious.
You need a nice poster of a handsome boy up there.
I'm a lesbian, Gran.
Your dad never told me that. You need a pretty girl up there, then.
Fair play to Nana.
Perfect.
Excellent work. Your mum called again, by the way. Just thought you ought to know.
That's how parents and grandparents should be.
You don't have to talk to her if you don't want to.
Good. I don't want to. He's been taking me out on a date, like, every day.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's trying really hard, and I'm not sure why. He's scared I'm going to abandon him if he's not a good enough boyfriend. He does have kind of low self-esteem, doesn't he? No more boyfriend talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you wonder why I had like tears in my eyes, I was just thinking about my nan, and she was so supportive when I come out. And she's sadly no longer with us, but she was like one of the most supportive people in my life, so.
What are you up to?
Nothing much.
So it's nice seeing a nan who's really supportive as well, and just on the fly like that as well.
What's up?
I'm worried. I don't know. I love you.
Love you too.
She's a good sister.
My mum found this when she was clearing out the loft. It was my dad's. He was always using this when I was a little kid, so I thought I'd keep it.
We don't talk about your dad a lot. I wish I'd met him.
Oh, he would have loved you. He was so creative, loved photography. He was really good at it as well. He'd always be taking photos of me. I'd hate it. I'd never sit still and pose for them. I wish I'd sat still.
Aww.
I wish I'd posed.
Damn, they're all giving me like crying moments here. Ah, oh, God. Gone from intense smiling to tearing up. Obviously, it's a reflection of like, he has abandonment issues because obviously his dad passed away.
Do you not think it's weird that Charlie hasn't been replying to the group chat?
Oh, he's probably with Nick or something.
But Nick went on holiday.
Oh.
Charlie's been like silent ever since then. Ow! I'm gonna head off actually, guys.
No, Isaac, please.
Don't leave. We love you.
It's
We
all good.
love you.
No, we'll do this another time.
No one wants to be the third wheel, guys. And it's good that Isaac actually has concerns for Charlie as well.
Hey, can I come in?
Yeah.
You're missing movie night?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not missing much. It's just how we're now all over each other. What's going on, Charlie? You don't want to hang out with us anymore. Like, you stopped replying to text, and I'm just feeling a little bit left out, to be honest.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
It's fine, Charlie. It's not the end of the world. I just wanted to make sure that you're okay.
I'm just missing Nick a lot, and my mum's been really annoying, and that's it. Don't feel like doing anything.
You promise that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can at least reply to my text, though.
I will. Sorry.
And it's really nice to see Isaac like having like some like social time with like one of the friends, because he always feels like he's almost like third wheel and he almost had his own separate storyline. Like he almost doesn't feel like he's part of the group. As like even Imogen feels a bit more like she's part of the group than he does at times. So it's nice to see him like actually showing his friendship with Charlie.
Hey, dinner's ready. Dad's done a roast. It'll be absolutely flavourless, but you know he loves doing a roast.
Oh, come down now.
What was that about my cooking skills?
Just saying a bit more seasoning wouldn't go amiss.
Noted. Charlie, can you come and help me lay the table, please? Hush. Real hush.
That is quite brutal. But I suppose there's only so many times that you could have plain chicken before you need some gravy, some garlic, some pepper, some salt, a little bit of rosemary. That also looks like one of the weakest Sunday roasts I've ever seen. But that must be the most traumatizing experiences, like when you're expected to eat and everyone's just kind of staring you down.
Are you not feeling very well?
You haven't eaten very much.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Poor Charlie. I feel like I think that's the her sending that message doesn't help anybody. Really, like I feel like it puts Nick in a situation where he's going to be stressed. He's going to call Charlie. Charlie's obviously going to say like, you know, I'm okay or something, because that's kind of how he reacts to these sort of situations. So hopefully he opens up to Nick. But
Nick,
Charlie, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
I've missed you so much.
I've missed you too.
Like, I know we haven't really talked about it much. Are you okay? I was just wondering if you've been eating okay. Charlie? Charlie, you still there?
be honest with him. Come on.
Did you hear what I said?
I think you were right.
That's the first stage, though. It's admitting it.
I think I do have an eating disorder.
Sorry. Charlie, it's okay.
I can't talk to them. I can't tell my parents. My mum's not like yours. She doesn't listen to me. She gets angry at me.
I don't know what to do.
And that's
Charlie.
okay.
Are you in here texting Nick? We're having a family dinner.
I wasn't feeling very well.
Okay, well, what's wrong?
Don't know.
Charlie, you can't keep skipping dinner. You have to eat.
I don't feel well.
Come on, come downstairs. I'll get you some paracetamol.
Charlie.
I have to go. Sorry.
I also feel like Charlie needs to make that step to telling his parents or telling his sister so she can tell his parents, that kind of thing, and like maybe find someone that he can tell his parents with. You can only get better by making a start to getting better. And that's the issues with these sort of things, is that you feel like almost you're being stupid because you have something which is uncontrollable.
What's going on? You've had something on your mind this whole holiday.
Charlie has an eating disorder. He just can't eat sometimes, a lot of the time. It makes him really anxious and getting really bad recently. I'm trying to get him to talk to me about it, maybe talk to his parents or something, but he says he just can't.
It's a difficult thing for anybody to talk
I can't
about.
talk to him about stuff like that. And I don't know what to do now. I can't force him to eat, because then it will just make him more upset. If I don't do anything, I really love him. And I'm scared.
That is a lot to put on the shoulders of a 16-year-old.
It definitely is.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix him.
Maybe you can't.
I have to. I'm his boyfriend.
And I know that you think it's your job to save him. But that dependency isn't healthy for anyone. Charlie needs someone who isn't his 16-year-old boyfriend. He needs help from a doctor or a therapist, someone that understands eating disorders and knows how to treat them. Love can't cure a mental illness.
So I just can't do anything?
No.
No, I didn't say that.
How then?
Well, there's lots of things that you can do. You can be there for him, just to talk.
To listen.
Or listen. You could cheer him up when he's having one of his bad days.
Show that he's not the problem.
Standing together, even when it's hard.
Not alienating him because he's different. Pretty much anything what he's been doing.
People need more support than one person can give. That's love, darling.
Wow, that was it's quite powerful. I probably look disgusting. Sound disgusting. Sorry, but no, I feel like that. I mean, that's the end, so I could talk about it, but God. Alright. Let me close that. Let me take these off. So I'm a bit of a wet mess because that actually brought loads of tears to my eyes. Every single person in that show was trying to make me cry. So that was hard. That was hard to watch. I've had a friend who's gone through that, and at the time, I didn't understand how to fix them. Like, I remember just trying to cheer them up every day. I actually remember going into a shop once because he used to say about how their hands got cold, and they always felt cold. So I went and bought hand warmers for them because I thought that would like maybe help them. This is before I knew that they had the eating disorder. It was just because they were somebody that, you know, was my friend, and they kept saying that they were cold. And it's not nice. It's really not nice to see somebody suffering and you can't do anything to help. That's like one of the worst experiences for people, is that, you know, when you see someone who's hurting and you think that it's simple fix, like just eat, that will solve it, but it's not that simple. You know, it's not that simple when it comes to things like mental health. You can't just go, oh, well, if you eat a little bit, then you're meant to eat a little bit more, and it's just not how it works. It's physically them in every attribute, like almost repulsed by the food. It's almost like they can't eat it because sometimes it's a thing out of like it's the only thing they can control, and all of a sudden it becomes like the one thing they control. And there's so many different reasons for why it's triggering. So for anybody who's going through that, I think that's like a really good thing to show that like getting help is important. People can care for you, but I don't think it's something that only one person can solve, or you're not alone in that situation. And I just think that was so well put across, that if you're in a relationship with somebody who is suffering with something like that, don't put it all on yourself, because unfortunately you're not the cure. And that's not in a bad way. You're part of the cure. You're part of making that person feel good, because the most common time where this thing's going to trigger or where this is going to happen is when that person feels bad or sad or is having something not go right. Their instant thing is that they need the control, or they won't eat. And like, I can't explain all the reasons because I haven't struggled that, but I've known people who have, and I understand levels of it. That, you know, some people, like, it's one of those things that it's good that she says about like, you might not never fix him, like you might not ever fix him, because it's not something you get over in like, you know, a week or a month or a year. It can take most of your lifetime to get to a point where you're okay, and that you start eating, or you start feeling comfortable, because it's not just about the eating aspects, it's about other aspects around you which usually cause it. And that's something which, like, mental health is an illness because it affects so many people in so many different ways. So yeah, I think that was done in an exceptional way, and an approachable way for anybody who is feeling like that. And I feel like it shows that people have options, because I think one of the worst things that people get is they feel alone, they feel isolated, they feel like they can't tell people, they feel like people will just say, oh, just eat, or you're being silly, or, you know, grow up. But that's not what this is. So I want to say thank you to Alice for writing that so well, because I think most of us have known somebody who's gone through something like this. And I feel like it's very important, especially considering a lot of the people who were watching this 2 or 3 years ago when the first season came out are older, and probably, you know, they've gone into that realm of having more serious things go on in their life and having to deal with that as well. So I think as these characters get older, they are great templates for like what reality really is for a lot of people. Even with like Tao and, you know, his abandonment issues, like people lose people all the time. People feel like their friends aren't there for them. And it's a really good thing showing Isaac, like, noticing that his friends being a little bit different. And instead of like, you know, messaging Charlie going, look, you haven't spoke to us, you know, I'm not happy with this, blah, blah, blah. He's gone around to see his friend and he's checking that he's okay first. And then he's gone like, I feel a bit left out myself, because it's okay for you to feel not good about something, but your friend's also not good. And for you to both go, you know what, let's try and be friends. Let's try and, you know, work through this together. So yeah, I think the first episode was lovely, but the second episode really showed what's important about growing up, what's important about having friends, about talking to people, and so many other things. So that was brilliant, even if it wasn't about something which I would enjoy watching more of. If you get what I'm saying, like, it's not an enjoyable thing to see, but it is brilliantly acted, it is brilliantly portrayed, it's brilliantly dealt with as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Now, if you do want to watch this unedited, and if you want to see all these videos unedited and see like extra stuff and shows which will never make it onto my channel, because, you know, maybe too much nudity or violence or whatever, you can do on the Patreon. Supporting the Patreon supports me, allows me to make content, it allows me to do this thing which I love doing, and hopefully you guys love watching me do as well. Now, it's cheap as chips and it gets more expensive if you want to do more things, but I don't care what you donate. If you support me in that way, you are amazing. Thank you so much. And if you can't support me in that way, you want to show that you support me anyway, just leave me a like, subscribe, a comment, and share the video with anybody you can find, because that also helps me out a lot. And yeah, what a ride. Thank you so much for watching this show with me, and I am going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.